Yeah, we should be live now. Let me just check the stream real quick. You know what I'm saying? Switching the comments quick. Hey, yo. Right here. Yep, we live, man.
We're good?
We're good, man. We good. So, yeah. Oh, is my screen still sure? No. Okay. So, yeah.
Come. So, yeah, man. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, by SHAM, KABAD. Double honor to the elders and apostles and great millstone that taught us this truth. Peace and blessings to the hopefully left, the 144,000 men pushing the truth and wholehearted sincerity across the 4 months. GMS Germany camp with the brother from Holland, the GMS Holland camp, Darshan, cousin YAHAWAH, and YAHAWAH coming together to address, some comments that was placed up on the brothers'
Heaven. You froze?
No.
Oh, okay.
He called himself John Doe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so in Babylon, when a person dies and they don't have a name for him, they call him a John Doe. So that's a dead person, actually.
Yeah.
They call it a Jane Doe if it's a female, and a John Doe if it's a male. So you got to. So if somebody's murdered or killed and they don't have a name right away, they call him a John Doe. So this dude, it's funny that he named himself John Doe, But anyways, so we talked. You want to start, or there's something if you want to start, you can go ahead and address.
With the let me grab the.
So I wanted to basically, I wanted to get basically the what is it called? The comment from this guy, man, John Doe, but it's not showing up, man, because I'm on the live stream right now, but it's not showing.
I got it on the phone for you.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So you guys want to do it in according to the comment?
Yeah, let's handle it like that.
Go.
So the first thing this guy said is like the thing people can't understand is when you die, there's a place of torment and one of comfort. So you see, there's a spiritual place now, and all these Hebrew Israelites preach revenge and talk about past events, talking about they are the descendants and they are only the chosen people, nobody else, etc. So the first thing that he basically goes into is the fact if you die, you basically go either to hell, or heaven, The second thing that he's talking about is, concerning the Israelites, basically not being the chosen people, concerning in this day and age, So he's basically saying that, he's basically saying that. He's basically disregarding that Israel is the only chosen people. Is what he's disregarding.
He says that we're talking about revenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's also talking about. I agree with freezing. You froze again. But he's also talking about basically that we should forget basically about the past. This is what he's basically saying. Because he's talking about it's not all about the chosen people of Abraham, but he don't even understand that Abraham had multiple sons, man. But the Lord had Abraham chosen, then he chose Isaac, and then he chose Jacob, which is the nation of Israel. So this is what you're seeing, and this is a man without understanding, just spilling basic Christianity doctrine. This all is what he's saying, man.
I'll grab the scripture for you. This is Genesis chapter 17, starting off at verse 7. And I will establish my covenant between me and thee, and thy seed after thee, in their generations for an everlasting covenant. Be a power unto thee, into thy seed after thee.
See,
And I will give
this is talking. The Most High is talking to Abraham, man. He's talking to Abraham. He said he's gonna establish the covenant with thy seed. So with his sons, with his son basically, which is Isaac, which is the chosen nation, because he had a son first from basically the bondwoman, which is from Hagar, which is Ishmael, which are the so-called Arabs today. But he chose Isaac, and through Isaac he chose Jacob.
Gonna have that for you as well.
Come.
So jumping down to verse 19. And the Most High said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him.
See, an everlasting covenant, and with his seed forever. And Isaac had 2 sons. Let's go into that real quick, because we're gonna go into Jacob and Esau, man. Go to Genesis 25 real quick, Baksha. Because you have to understand that this covenant is everlasting, man. It's not only for a season. It's not only till Isaac died. It's everlasting. It's until the end. Because I got a piece of real quick. This is 2nd Ezra before we get the other one, chapter 6 and verse 54. And let me start now. Let me get this real quick. Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. And it says, hear this word that Yahawah has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore will I punish you for all your iniquities. And it's what you're seeing. So the Lord only chose the nation of Israel, because when you go into the word family, it means this. Mashapach, basically Mashapach, and it means family, clan, tribe, nation. So he only chose the nation of Israel. He only knows the nation of Israel. You don't know the other nations. Why do you think we went into the land of Canaan under Joshua to basically take over the land of Canaan? Why he took the land? Why he gave the land of Canaan to us and took it away basically from the Canaanites? And this is what you're seeing, man. So the Lord's only dealing with Israel in the past, right now, and in the future. And this thing. Go.
And just to harp on that, because he says that these Hebrew Israelites are talking about revenge, right? Let's go to Luke right quick. Luke chapter 18 and verse 7. Let's go to 6.
Should I read for you?
It's a lot here. I can read it. I got it right here. This is Luke 18 and 7. And shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear along with them? So now you have to understand, if he says to bear his avenge his elect, who are the elect? You know, who is he going to avenge, and what nation needs to be avenged? Because what nation has been destroyed on every side by every single nation? Every nation has taken parts of Israel and have lived lavishly off of the backs and the blood and the sweat and the tears off of Israel, man. So why would the Lord avenge the white man? Who's oppressed the white man? Who oppressed the Chinese man? Who's oppressed the Saudi Arabians? No one. Not one nation has oppressed them. And what do they need? Damn. And what do they need to be avenged of? Nothing, man. Israel needs to be avenged because of the slavery that they went through under every nation. Psalms 83 tells you that, you know?
Go
ahead, Art.
And then another point also on top of that is the Lord himself will cry out that which is past, man. So because they are talking about we should forget the past. Basically, we should forget about Israel. This is what they want to basically want to say. With the saying, forget the past. Not forget about the cruelty, forget about the nation of Israel, man. Because this is the thing. In all Christianity, you never hear about but it's basically the Israelites, man.
No.
Only if you questioned it, if you asked about that. But you will never hear in any teaching, hey, the Israelites this and the third. But then they're going to come up with the whole basically replacement doctrine that now the Lord kicked Israel away and it's now for everybody there. No, he's not. Even Yahushua himself said he's only came for the nation of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
I have a precept.
Go ahead, Al.
Go on. You got the Genesis still?
I still have Genesis on back.
Okay.
This is this is Daniel chapter 9, verse 11. Yea, all Israel hath transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him. And he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, for bringing upon us a great evil, for under the whole heaven hath not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem.
Break it down.
So basically, because we transgressed, the last commandments that Yahweh Shem Yahushai commanded us to keep, the curses that were written in Deuteronomy chapter 28, starting off at verse 15 down to 68, came upon us, and all the things, that happened unto the nation of Israel. No other nation upon this earth has suffered those curses, The worst has been done unto Israel, and that's also why we need why we need salvation, why we need to be,
saved out of this. Yeah. And it's funny because when you ask the Christian, what do you need salvation from? They say from this world. Okay, so who's in charge of the world? Who's enacting these laws? Who's constructed everything that you're living in? And then they'll do everything in their power to not admit who it truly is, which is the white man. Well, attest. I know you've seen it at camp too. When you bring this out, they don't want to admit it's the so-called white man doing these things.
Nope.
Even though on the side they know it, Then you say who controls the money, who controls the banks. So the state of the earth, the reason why the earth is in its state that is in right now is because Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Sorry.
So why would the Lord call them wicked then?
And who's so wicked, man? It's Esau. Going even to that. But the thing is, because this guy was questioned how the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans can be the Israelites, right? He was questioned it. How are they the Israelites? And how is the so-called white man going to slavery and going to be destroyed, so on and so forth? From where do we see it? Through the curses. Through the curses, we see who we are, man. Because it says in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse, right here, with 46, and it says, let me start at 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till they'll be destroyed. Because you see, the nation of Israel is destroyed right now, man. The nation of Israel is completely destroyed. Because you got only a nation of 2/3 niggas. This is the thing with us, man.
I have two scriptures for you.
Go on, let me just finish that real quick. Yeah,
go ahead, Art.
No, just speak on it.
I was just gonna say, because before like I used to look at black people and be like, why are they so fucked up? Why are we so destroyed? Why are we in this state? Like, why can't we come together? Why can't we work and get out of the state that we're in? But go ahead, Ak, because Ak just said it. We were destroyed through the curses. The Lord put his hand against us negatively. To destroy us, to wake us up, to make us remember who the Lord is. Because what does the remnant do when they get oppressed and they realize who they are? They call unto who? The Lord. And in the book of Samuel, in the book of Joshua, in the book of Judges, Israel always, after they were oppressed and beaten down, who did they turn back unto? The Lord. So go ahead, Al.
But yeah, so going back to the thing, and really again, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God. You see, even he says thy God, man. It doesn't say God of everybody. It says, I'm the Lord Yahweh, thy God, thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which I command thee. Verse 46, that's the point. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for wonder, and upon the sea forever. So through these curses, we see who the nation of Israel is today.
Mm-hmm.
And these curses only fit in so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're so simple and want to say it's only for dark-skinned people, look at the brother right now here on the screen. Look at me, man. We have all different shades of skin color, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're spiritual, man. We're not carnal. But the thing is, can you get the Romans 8:16?
I have it on deck for you, my brother.
Come on, but should I get there real quick? And let me just finish the point and read it. Because you have to understand that it's all about the spirit, man. Because the fleshly, the outside can change, man. Because if I sleep right now with a so-called a Chinese woman, get a child with her, this child gonna come out probably like a Chinese man, man. But this is still an Israelite through my seed line. So it's not about the flesh, it's about the spirit that Yahweh shall put upon you. And you Christians don't have that, man, because you don't want to follow Yahweh in truth and sincerity. You don't want to even call upon the name of the Lord, man, even though you know it's the true name. And that's the thing.
And he's saying that we are after the flesh.
Yeah, man.
Which is so far from the truth, because you got to be spiritual to be in these scriptures.
That's right.
You got to have spiritual eyes to understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You got to have spiritual eyes to see, like the brother Gershon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it also shows you that the Native Americans, man, they weren't dark skinned. Like they're not. I mean, they're not dark skinned people right now.
Yeah.
So it's not about all blacks and Mexicans and Latinos. We got Israelites that look like Edomites. We got Israelites that look like Moabites. We got Israelites that look like Filipinos.
Yeah.
We got Israelites looking like Russians.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not about the outward appearance. It's not about the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been about the spirit, man.
Can I add on to what you was just saying?
Go ahead, Art.
Because you spoke about the Native Americans, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what is known for them having on their clothing? The
Fringes.
Yeah, and it's the spirit, because I already looked up Numbers chapter 15, verse 38, where it says, "Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the border of their garments throughout the generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue." So, you know, the brother, he also asked me to grab Romans chapter 8, verse 16, which if you read that, it says, "The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High." You know, and that also refers to the scriptures. You know, these words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. So the Bible itself explains to you, you know, who the children of Israel are. And Numbers chapter 15, verse 38 shows you that the Native Americans have part in that, you know, whether you want to believe it or not. You know, shall their unbelief make, you know, the faith of the Most High of none effect?
Romans 3 and 3.
Gone.
That's right. That's right.
And it's plain. Like we had that live stream yesterday with the brothers from Charlotte and Mississippi. That it's written plain upon the tables, and the ones that the Lord has given the eyes to see, it seems so simple.
Exactly.
You know? Then you got people who trip up over little things that we look at it like, how can you not understand that? You know, like, how can you not see it? We see it so clearly, and they tripping up over these little things, and cutting themselves with the scriptures that they're pulling out.
Gone.
You
know? I have
Go
a
ahead,
precept on that. I'm gonna have a precept on that as well.
Yeah,
bring
it out. Bring it out.
This is Romans chapter 11, verse 7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. According as it is written, the Most High hath given them the spirit of slumber eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day.
That's right. That's right. That's what you see with Israel today, man. You see this exactly with Israel, because you bring out this truth in the four corners of the earth via the unicorn. It's everywhere, but these people still don't want to listen, and especially not the Israelites. Because when you speak to them, it'd be like, these other nations going to slavery. Who they want to save first and foremost? Not even their own selves, not their own people. They want to save Esau, man, which is the so-called white man.
I don't get it.
And that's the thing. And that's showing you that they are completely destroyed for lack of knowledge. Hosea 4:6, man. They're destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because they didn't seek YAHWAH. The Most High rejected them, man. And this is what we're doing right now. And these Christians and these other nations and these other supposedly philosophies and false doctrines are shook because we're waking up to our true heritage. That's why you got mockers and scoffers, but it's all prophecy. That's why the scoffer on the Commentboard is just a true fulfillment of prophecy, man, which is a beautiful thing because we hasten the day of YAHWAH this year, man. Even before that, but now much more, man. Because we've seen these things to come to pass. And you still question if we the Israelites, man. You see these things come to pass. You see all these plagues from the YAHWAH come on this earth. You see the RAWCHAA coming closer and closer. And you still question if we the Israelites, man. Showing you that the Lord not dealing with you, man. 100% the Lord not dealing with you, man.
And if you say that the blacks and the Latinos are not the Israelites, then who are they then? Who are they? Because it's written in the scriptures that Israel and Ham are completely different people, but they are still dark-skinned.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so who are the Negroes that are living in America? Why did the Lord prophesy that they would go into slavery again with ships?
Yeah.
Why did the Lord write that? So it's so simple to us, but they can't see it, you know, because the Lord made their eyes fat and their ears, you know, so they can't see or hear, just like you read.
Preset.
And if
No.
No.
Now just bring it out what you want to say, so like, yeah. Just bring it
And
up.
if the real people will be in the land of Israel right now, then there will be no more wars upon the earth. You know,
Yeah,
Scripture says if the real people will be upon the will be in the land, will be in rulership, then the people will put their spears and swords.
Let's get the preset, man.
Turning up.
Go. You can keep on speaking now. I'm just gonna look it up real quick.
I have it. It's Isaiah chapter 2, verse 1.
Oh yeah,
The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
And it's showing you, because what is this mountain? If you're so deep, explain to us what is this mountain, man? The mountain represents the government of Israel upon the top of the hills, upon the other mountains and hills, upon the other nations, man. Because we're gonna be on the top, man. How Esau's on top right now, we're gonna be on top. To spring power of YAHWAH.
Trading places.
And the people are gonna flow onto us, and we're gonna be ruling in peace, man. Because it even says, and there shall be no more war, roughly paraphrased, but I can't remember where it says it.
It's in the same chapter.
Salaki, yeah, 2-4, yeah, read that book, man. You can read that one, Salaki.
You want me to go to the point?
Yeah, go straight to the point, man.
Go on, verse 4. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Showing you that peace is going to be established when Israel is in power, man. When Yahushua is going to come back, he's going to come back with war, because like it says in Ecclesiastes, it's a time of war, and then it's a time of peace, man. So Yahushua is going to come back with the time of war, bringing death and destruction and calamity, and then the peace for Israel and even the whole world going to come, man. Because these other nations have to understand, under us, under the nation of Israel, peace is going to be established, man.
Yeah.
Because under Esau, cruelty and basic vexation is established in the fullest. And you see the complete opposite from our kingdom right now, because right now they're beating their plowshares into swords.
Yep.
But in the kingdom, where we're going to rule, the spirit of YAHWAH, the Yahweh of the elect, the sword's going to be beaten into plowshares.
Yeah.
So the complete opposite. Why? Because we're the complete opposite from Esau. Esau is the wicked, we the righteous, man. And this is showing you how the Lord chose us, man. Because you think the Lord is satisfied with this world, how it is right now? You think he's satisfied with this world, man? He wants his people, his chosen nation, on top. Why should he say these things that he chose us if we done away with after some 1,000 years, man? Showing you that you have to start to show the self-proof, man. And if you don't know about the scriptures, if you can't answer the neighbor, put your hand upon your mouth, man. And that's the thing.
See, and the thing about it is, it's.
Cool.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
You basically let's go froze again.
Yeah. So the thing about it is, this dude is playing with a sharp sword, and he don't understand how sharp the sword is. You know, he don't understand the weapon that he got in his hand, and he's playing around with it, swinging it around and cutting himself and everything around him. You know, and that's the fact of the matter of these Christians. You know, because they haven't been taught by their pastors and their priests and their reverends the true meaning of the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all they have been taught is, if you believe in Jesus Christ, you're going to rise with the dead.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he said. You believe in the name of Jesus, that they're going to rise with the dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that they always say. If I believe in the name Jesus, you're not even believing in the correct name.
That's right. That's right. That's correct, man. Because the thing is, what we have to understand is that the Lord chose Israel, is dealing with Israel right now, and gonna deal with Israel in the future, man. That's a clear point, man. Yep. So I got a quick precept in Matthew chapter 15 and 24. See how Shai speaking himself. And it says, but he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Okay. So showing you Yahawashi came over for Israel. So his men that followed under him only came for Israel. And that's the thing. So, and this is what you're seeing, man. So the topic basically is we showing you, man, through the precepts that the Lord only chose Israel, and that through the curses we see who we are. We are the Israelites, and we see it through the curses. Because you see right now the curses come upon the other nations, yeah, because they, like it's prophesied in Deuteronomy 37. Mm-hmm. Now you see basically all the curses that we went through, the evil eye toward the brother, the evil eye toward the female, to the wife of the bosom and the children, is coming upon these other nations. But it was first upon us. But now we come in our salvation nearer and nearer. So the curses change into blessings, because the blessing has to come also, and it's going to be ultimately established in the kingdom.
What precept did you just pull?
Me? Matthew 15 and 24.
Okay.
Go on. Hey, Aki, you got a precept?
I got a precept.
Yeah, then bring out the precept and let's go to another topic, the next topic, man. Go on. Yeah, go for us again.
I got a precept.
Go on.
This is Psalm 147 and verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. Verse 20, he hath not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahawah. See?
Right.
So he's only dealt with Israel. And he's only dealing with Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And and not all of Israel, because Israel don't want to be right. They want to stay in oppression. Just like those Israelites that was in the wilderness wishing to go back to Egypt just because it got them garlic, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, wishing to go back, and they were missing the slavery days because of spices.
Yeah.
You know, so if there's nothing new under the sun, those people are still here. You know, those people are here.
They're here today.
Yeah, man, they're here again.
Yeah, that's right.
Go ahead,
That's right, and it's what you're seeing. So, so as the people are here today again, and this is the thing, man. If you really listen and humble yourself down and listen to the elders and apostles and learn the basics, you would understand the truth. But the Lord Most High has to deal with you, man. But He's not dealing with you. That's why you can't understand even the lowest that we basically the the milk of the milk that we the Israelites, man. You can't even understand that. Why? Because the Most High isn't dealing with you. But I got a quick precept, the 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all. And the people also whom thou hast chosen. See? So we all come from Adam, but the Lord has a chosen people, even from the beginning. Because when you even go into the Ham, Shem, and Japheth, Shem means in the Hebrew Sham, which means name. Showing you through Shem, came this basically the chosen seed line again. You know, verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake. See, even this whole world is made for the Israelites' sake. So why should it be destroyed if the Israelites never ruled in complete rulership with subjection from the other nations? If I said it correctly. And basically the nations be subject under them. Verse 56. As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle. See, showing you the Lord said the other nations which are the heathen are as spittle, as seen as nothing in the eyes of Yahawah, and as likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. Showing you that these other nations are nothing, and he only shows Israel, because verse 57 says this, and now, O Lord, behold these heathen, see, which have ever been reputed as nothing, showing you that this is talking about the heathen, about the other nations. And when you look at when you look at Israel, the 2/3 acting like the other nations.
Okay.
They're acting like the other nations. That's why they're going to be destroyed with the other nations, man. But come back in the kingdom, because it says all Israel shall be saved. If I paraphrase.
Got a precept.
Come on, bring it over, Sham.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord Yahawah, his portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
See, Jacob is a lot of his inheritance, man. So we're gonna basically, like it says in Romans the 8th chapter, we're gonna be joined as with Yahawashi, because you have to understand everything is given to Yahawashi. We're gonna be joined as. Why? Because the Most High created Yahawashi, Yahawashi created the rest. So if you join us with Yahawashi and he created everything and inherit everything, we're gonna be basically partakers of it. And the Lord of the Most High is in Israel, is in Jacob, which is Israel. And he even said he measured the other nations by the number of the children of Israel. And you have to understand the Lord is righteous. Why? Because every nation got its portion of land. Every nation got a chance to rule. And now our time to rule is to come, man. Showing you can't even complain. You got something up? Yeah, go. Want to say something?
I was just saying that it's a shocker to these nations. They're like, what? Their spirit don't want to see it. They don't want to see the Negroes on top. They don't want to see the Mexicans, the Latinos on top. Why? They've been so comfortable with living on top of us, having us subject unto them. It's a shock unto them to hear that like Wisdom of Solomon, man. You know, they're gonna be like, "This is him. He's numbered among the children of the Most High."
That's right.
If it's written about what's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. You know.
Come. So let me finish this off real quick. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 57. And now, O Lord, behold these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. And like the Ark says, this is the spirit, man. Because they are in the power seat and devouring us, man. They're living lavishly right now. They can fully live their wicked desires. You have to understand, this world for them is pure pleasure. For the elite, it's pure pleasure. Why? Because they can do whatever they want to do right now. Because like it says in Ecclesiastes 8, it's in the hearts of the sons of men to do wicked, because the judgments are executed speedily, roughly paraphrasing. And it's what you're seeing. It's what you're seeing with our people. It's what you're seeing around the world. People doing all kinds of manner of wickedness, man. All manner of wickedness they're doing. Why? Because they're saying like, judgment will never come, man. But the judgment gonna come, man. If you believe it or not. But to finish it off real quick, And we can keep on going, verse 58. But we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn. And when he said that in Exodus chapter 4, verse 22, and thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, the Most High speaking to Moses, thus saith Yahweh, Israel is my son, even my firstborn, showing you that this is talking about the Israelites. So his people are the Israelites. Through all the scriptures.
Gone.
Like even Yahawashi said in Matthew 1 and 21, the governor for the children of Israel, for paraphrasing, or 2 and 6, one of these two precepts. So Yahawashi came over for Israel. Back in the day was all about Israel. So where the heathens at? Where are they? They're going to go into slavery, man. Are they going to be destroyed or going to go into slavery? That's it. Come. So to finish it off, 2 16:58, but we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. Who gave us into their hands? Yahawashi, man. Verse 59, if the world now be made for our sakes, for Israel, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? And basically, Ezra was crying out, man, because he saw the affliction of Israel.
Gone.
He saw basically, because you have to understand, Ezra's is Ezra when it wasn't a time when the Medo-Persian was ruling, man.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember right, I'm correct, right?
Babylonians, right? Correct, the Babylonians.
Oh yeah, yeah, the Babylonians, right? Yeah, can't. Yeah, I want to say Babylonians, but I mix it up with the Medo-Persians because when they came back, basically, when the Medo-Persians, when the Babylonians was fallen, then we started under the Medo-Persians to build the temple again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you have to understand. So we basically building right now the third temple in spiritual form, in Yahawashi, and basically the scoffer want to basically be like these heathen because he claimed the Lord, he claimed the scriptures, and be like, we pray to you, Lord, you God, let us build with you. But you can't.
I got like a precept on that. Let me grab. Oh, yeah. Let me just use the.
But wait, I got a quick question. Wasn't the book of Ezra in the time of the fall of the Babylonians, the beginning of the Medo-Persian Empire?
The Medo-Persians.
Because first Ezra is about. I just want to double check on it. Yeah, because the first Ezra is talking about basically going into the Cyrus in this chapter 2 verse 3. Cyrus is basically telling us to go. Yeah. So this is what I'm saying, man.
So it was a transition period.
Yeah, it was a transition period. Yeah,
we're going into the Persian media.
Yeah, gone. So that's why I was speaking because Ezra was in the time of basically Zerubbabel and also Nehemiah. They were all together and they built basically a temple. And that's the thing, man. But yeah.
So the precept that I had was Amos chapter 9 verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins and I will build it as in the days of old.
And that's what happened right now, man. The Lord is raising the house of David, which is the righteous seed of Israel, man. This is what happened right now. And when this house is established, man, it's going to be all for the heathen. Because what was happening when King David was in power, this heathen wasn't fear, man. They couldn't do anything. Only through our own mistakes we fall, man, not because of the heathen. Nowhere in the scriptures you see that the heathen prevailed against us. Only through our own mistakes we was put under them.
As long as we kept the law.
Yeah. Go.
And that's how Esau stood up. That's why Esau set up his whole kingdom for us to be in transgression of the law.
Go. That's right.
Make it utterly difficult and complicated for us to try to keep the law.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that even we breaking the law without even knowing it. You know what I mean? Like, and because he got little snares and traps and hidden things under there. You think you're being righteous. You think you're doing something correct. And then you read a label and you're like, damn, I've been using this shit the whole time. And this has this in there.
Mm-hmm.
Or he set it up so
Yeah, cool.
you gotta work.
Froze again.
He make it so you gotta work on the Shabbat, you know. So
Gone.
this whole kingdom is set up for us to be in transgression, because when we transgress the law, then we fell.
Because it's like the sin is basically all down for, man. Because the wage of sin is death. If we sin, if we sin, we're gonna be basically sinning. Basically, righteous acts is putting us close to YAHAWASHI, but sinning is separating us from YAHAWASHI. This is why these heathen are full of sin, full of abominations, and want to put us basically in the same manner. Because if you follow after them, we're gonna be treated like them.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
That's what happened. Like, and what you was just saying, that's basically what happened unto us. You know, we became like these heathens. You know, and the most that basically was like, want to be like the heathens? Go ahead. You know.
That's right.
But I had a precept on the Amos 9:11, because right now we're basically rebuilding the tabernacle of David.
That's right.
You know, but I've this is Ezra chapter 4 verse 2. Then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers and said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek your power as ye do, and we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Ashur, which brought us up hither. So you could see that back in those days when the actual physical temple was rebuilt, these heathens that were basically they wanted to be part of that. They wanted to help us rebuild the temple, and seek our power, Yahawashi. But this is what Zerubbabel and Joshua said unto them. Verse 3, but Zerubbabel and Joshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, ye have no things, you have nothing to do with us to build an house unto our power, but we ourselves together will build unto the Lord Yahawah of Israel, as King Cyrus the king of Persia has commanded us. So we, as the nation of Israel, the elect, we are the ones that are rebuilding, basically the tabernacle of David through the spirit and power of Yahawashi, which is a spiritual temple.
That's right. That's right. And to add onto your point, basically this heathen was just faking it, man. They was just faking it. They want to basically interrupt the building.
They wanted to hinder it.
Yeah, they want to hinder it because even the topic says adversaries of Judah in chapter 4. And they basically acted like they fainted and just men, basically. You understand what I'm saying? Like in these times right now, because we got the same exact people right now here. They're acting like, yeah, we want to be part of it, but they just want to hinder the building. But the spirit of Yahawashi showed you again that they have no part with us, man. They have not any part with us because we are not the same and we will never be the same. And Yahushua only came for the elect. And that's the thing. So basically, and also another thing, when you talk about when this guy on the comment board talk about basically Esau, or basically white man, why we call him Esau, why you're gonna be going to slavery. We did a lesson just 2 days ago, man. Check it out yourself, man. Check it out yourself. Because the thing is, with you people, with your scoffers, you can talk, but we put so much information out there, so much videos out there that you can't even gainsay anymore. But you're still trying it, man. And that's the thing, man. These people, man. I can't wait until the Lord comes back, man. I'm really sick and tired of them, man. For real. But yeah, Salakia. Come on.
Hey, finish that Romans 9 and 11.
Romans?
Amos 9 and 11, Salakia.
Go to verse 12, you mean?
Yeah. Because he's saying that we are holding on to slavery, which is a carnal thing. But listen to what the Lord says. What does the Lord say?
Go on, verse 12. That they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord Yahawah, that doeth this.
Cool.
You see? So the remnant, that means after the great destruction, there's going to be remnant of these people that's going to be gathered together and be possessed as possessions. When you possess something, that means it's yours. You got the, this is my possession, you know? So when you possess something, it's under your, it's subjected unto to you. So Esau, the remnant of Esau and the heathen are going to be possessed. They're going to be possessions, you know? And it even says it in the very next book, in Obadiah.
Yeah.
It goes in the whole book of Obadiah tells you what's going to happen unto Esau, Edom.
That's right.
As I was saying, and we've done so many lessons on it, and it's not even, you know. But you know what though? They think that they know something from just watching 2 videos, you know, and it has nothing to do with the scriptures. They just watch or they read a couple of precepts in 1 chapter, and they think they understand how YAHAWASHI works.
That's right.
That all flesh are going to be. He contradicted himself even on the comment board.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And going even into what you just said, because of the slavery part. So if the world going to pass away, how are we going to have slaves then? Because you have to understand we had the Edomites since basically when we was basically the Dark Ages, we had them in basically captivity. That was basically under us, yeah. But when you think about it, the Lord put us under them again. But because when you think about it, back in the day, we was under them also. And it was acting cruel. It was basically adding every force they could to punish us and to destroy us. That's what Esau did. And the Lord going to put them into slavery under us again. The supreme power of YAHAWASHI, man. And it's what you're going to see. So how is the world going to pass away then? How are we going to have slaves then? If there won't be a physical kingdom, because this guy on the Commentboard said there won't be a physical kingdom. Read 2 Peter 3:10, showing you that he has no knowledge or understanding. Because
he know that's talking. What are they talking about? He doesn't even know.
That's right. Because gosh, can you get Ecclesiastes 1:4 real quick, Babak Shah?
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
See, so if the one generation is there, passes away, another generation comes, and even after the 3rd and 4th generation, we reincarnated. If you understand it, we come back into this basically on this planet, and the earth passes not the way. So how is the earth then going to be destroyed? So the word is contradicting itself? No, it's not. Because when we go into 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, it's talking about the cleansing fire that comes upon this planet Earth. Like back in the day with water, because the flood didn't destroy the earth, it just basically wiped everything away and made it clean. The same thing going to happen and with the fire. Because when you go to 2 Peter chapter 3, and I think when you start at verse 6, where it says basically the first and second death. Let me look it up real quick.
I got a quick recap.
Can I bring it up?
This is Psalms chapter 115, verse 16. The heaven, even the heavens, are the Lord Yahawah's, but the earth had he given to the children of man.
Can you read it again, Babak?
So this is Psalms chapter 115, verse 16. The heaven, even the heavens, are the Lord Yahawah's, but the earth hath he given to the children of man.
See? So this earth is created for the children of men. And ultimately, like we read in 2 Ezra 6th chapter, it's made for the Israelites. So it's made for us. So why should it perish? Why should the Lord create such a beautiful planet, such a beautiful creation, and then just waste it away like it's nothing?
I got a quick precept as well. This is Revelation chapter 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea.
Gone. And when you go into the word new, it means kindness. It means fresh. So they're going to be a fresh heaven and a fresh earth, a fresh rulership and a fresh earth, a new earth. A new earth. When you have something new, you have a new phone. It's fresh. Nobody touch it basically. Boom, it's yours. And the same thing going to happen with the earth. The earth going to be cleansed by fire.
Exactly.
Like it was back in the day with the water, now it's going to be with fire. Because here is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse
10.
Let me start at 3 real quick. Knowing this first, that there shall come the last day scoffers, walking after their own lusts. And that's what we have right there, man. He's a scoffer walking after his own lusts because he put a private interpretation to the scriptures.
Okay.
And that's the thing, he breaking down nothing. I didn't even went to his YouTube channel, but I bet there's not one video up there, man. Not one video up there to bring edification up, but talking mad shit on the comment board, man.
And so he brought out 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10, right?
God, I want to jump down into it. Come.
Yeah. Where were you at?
I was 2 Peter 3 and 3.
Oh, okay. So
good.
Let's get pause for a second.
It's all good. And then verse 6, whereby the world then was being overflow with water perished. Well, let me say the 5. Select. No, select was right word. So let me read again. Select 2 Peter 3 and 6, whereby the world that then was, so the ancient world of Noah, being overflow of water perished, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. See? So this time it's the fire. So first time it was cleansed by water, now it's the fire. So the earth won't be destroyed, but it's going to be cleansed by fire like it was in the ancient days, like in the days of Noah, with fire. Because it even says in Matthew chapter 24, it's going to be as in the days of Noah, roughly paraphrasing. So shall it be in the Son of Man's days, roughly paraphrasing. And this is what you're having right now. So back in the day was water, now it's fire, because Yahushua even said, hey, if roughly paraphrasing, let me get it, man. I'll just bring out what you want to say, because I know you want to say something. So let me get it pretty real quick.
Because what is that? That fire that it's talking about? Those are the thermonuclear missiles that the Most High is basically building through these to these heathen nations.
That's right.
Which the total amount of those will be 200 million.
Yep.
As you can read in the Revelations chapter 9, it speaks about basically horses, because they're being compared to horses and horsemen.
Yeah. Like also in Joel.
Yeah.
The 2nd chapter. Showing you, see, we got precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little, man. Linking up these precepts together to get the full knowledge understanding of Yahweh, Shem, Yahushai, man. But Jacob, you had something too, I think. You wanted to say something also concerning this topic.
But we were almost there.
Yes, like you want to verse 10.
Yeah, but even verse 9 is important too, because it says the Lord is not slack concerning his promise. So what did he promise? Who did he promise something to? Did he promise something to all the nations, or did he promise something to the children of Israel and to the remnant of the children of Israel, to the elect of Israel? That's why he says, they that should be dead in me shall be risen again, shall rise, and those that
you froze again.
I know.
Sorry.
So the promise is for Israel. Romans in 9:1. What does it say? Let me get it right quick. What you get, Kazuo?
I'm just gonna go back to I had the precept right there. Luke chapter 12 verse 49. You see, Yahushua speaking. I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? And the fire is already kindled, man. You see the fire brewing, and they're gonna be physically manifested through these nuclear missiles, man. And the laser beams of Yahweh Shem Yahushai come back with the chariots, which is probably going over your head, man. Because we understand the signs of the heavens. We understand, the supposed little dots that are flying around, the so-called UFOs are the chariots, the vehicles of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and going to be our deliverance, basically the vehicles of salvation and condemnation, man. Because they're going to bring salvation to the elect and condemnation to the 2/3 and the other nations. And it's what you're seeing, man.
Okay.
I have a precept.
Great, all right.
This is Psalms chapter 105, verse 8. He hath remembered his covenant forever, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, which covenant he made with Abraham, and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant, saying, Unto thee will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance. He was talking about who, because he was talking about who he made the promise unto, you know.
Sure. And then when you, just to double down on that, Romans 9:4. Who are, let's start at 3. For I wish that myself were accursed from Christ, from my brethren, Mashiach, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. There it is again, talking about the flesh being blood. Okay. Verse 4, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenant and the giving of the law and the servants of the Most High and the promises. So the Israelites received these promises.
That's right.
Okay. Gave the adoption, coming back into this law, and the glory, which is the kingdom of heaven, the covenant, which is the testament, the covenant between us and the Most High, and the law, which is the scriptures, and the service, being servants, the prophets, and the men doing this work and teaching the world who the Lord is through His word and the promises of us being saved when He comes back to judge this earth.
Sure.
I have a precept.
Go ahead, Art.
This is Galatians chapter 2, verse 8. For he that brought effectually in Peter the apostleship of the circumcision, the same was mighty in me towards the Gentiles.
See? Go ahead and break it down, Art. I'm gonna find this precept right quick.
So, the brother Jacob, he was talking about how that in Romans chapter 9, verse 1 down to 4, talks about, that it's concerning the Israelites, according to the flesh, his kinsmen. And that was basically Paul speaking, and Paul was sent unto the Gentiles, as we also can read in Galatians chapter 2, verse 8. So the Gentiles that it refers to in the scripture for, the majority of the time, concerns Israelites.
That's right. Yeah, man. Going even back to the first topic they were talking about, man. It's all about Israel, man.
Okay.
You have to understand that this whole movie is about YAHAWAH and his chosen people. It's all about that. It's about basically all about his name, because his name is in Israel. His name is in Israel, and he even said, "I'm gonna do it for my own name's sake." I have
that for you, man.
Go
on. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 3, starting up at verse 34. Weigh thou therefore a wickedness now in the balance, and there's also that dwell in the world, and so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel.
See? And that's the thing. So the name of YAHAWAH is nowhere be found but in Israel. So he only dealt with Israel, is dealing with Israel right now, and gonna deal with Israel in the kingdom. And that's the thing. And like Yaakov said, like the brother Yaakov said, that all the promises gonna come to pass towards Israel. Because you have to understand, even Paul was a Benjamite.
Yes.
Paul was a Benjamite, so he said, according to my flesh. So he's talking about the Israelites. Because he was in the flesh, an Israelite. And also in the spirit, one of the elect, man. Showing you that it's Salaki.
You're right, go ahead. Salaki, I thought you were
done. So showing you that it's all about Israel, man.
And it just goes to what he was saying, and he was asking, so where does it say that it's all the blacks and the Latinos and Native Americans? We just read it to you. We're showing you that it's according to the blood. First off, we can't say who's who. So then, if we can't say that for sure, you're a Judite, you're a Gadite, you're a Benjamite, or I'm a Judite. We can't really 100% for sure say those things. So what do we revert to then? The scriptures and this understanding. So if we see the men who understand these scriptures, and then you see another man who has the like mind, regardless of his outward appearance, he got the same belief in the scriptures and he believed in the same things as we believe in them, how can we say that he is not an Israelite?
That's right.
I have that for you, man.
We say such things. Like the Og read earlier, for the Spirit beareth witness. You know? Go ahead,
I have that. Go on. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand.
See, and these people would hear that and say, see, the white, they're gonna be made white. They're gonna be made white. They don't understand the scriptures. I've actually had a person on the comment board say this to me, that it says that men are gonna be made white. So that's not talking about the pigment, the melanin being removed from your skin. That's talking about you being clean from your iniquity. You're being as a filthy rag, your garment being made white. Your spirit are being made clean and being made separate, holy unto the other nations again.
Got a precept.
I got a precept.
Go ahead. Real quick to Revelation chapter 19 and verse. Verse 8. Yeah, okay, verse 8. And it says, and to her was good. Oh, let me start at 7. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife has made herself ready. The wife is Israel, the elect. Verse 8. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white, for the fine linen is the righteousness of saints. See? Showing you.
See?
Go.
Good, huh?
Yeah, showing you that the white represents righteousness, man. Because white is clean. It's basically sanctified, which means clean. So basically, they're sanctified, they're made clean, and they was made right. So they're righteous, man. Just talking about Daniel chapter 12, and not about white pigment, man. Showing you that you have no understanding. If you say such a thing, you're a carnal beast, man. I'm telling you, man. You're a carnal beast, man.
Yeah, can.
And who are the saints?
Yeah.
You know, who are the saints?
That's right.
This is Psalms chapter 148, verse 13. Let them praise the name of the Lord YAHAWAH, for his name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and the heaven. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord YAHAWAH.
See, showing you who the saints are, the Israelites. Showing you, man, it's all about Israel. You can't deny it, man.
He's talking, and he'll use one scripture and then include the whole world of people. When we just bring out so many scriptures where it's only talking about Israel, the saints, the elect. But he'll take one verse and then just say, see, he's talking about the whole world. He's talking about everybody. Whoever so believeth on the name.
That's right. Come on, man. And that's the thing, man. So let's real quick go back to 2 Peter's, I would say. Let's go back to 2 Peter's. Like the what do you mean? The echo was so Yana. What's wrong? Not Yana, but
Cyan.
Why?
Because man, this internet is tripping, man.
I understand, what you mean. But hey, this is just Satan trying to hinder, man. He wanted to hinder the whole lesson, but it came out through the sprint of YAHAWASHI, you know what I'm saying? And that's what's up, man. That's how it's supposed to be, man. We have to fight through, man. Through all these trials you go through, you have to fight through, and it's going to make us stronger. By going back to 2 Peter 3 and verse 7 again. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved into fire against the day of judgment and perdition of the ungodly men. So the fire going to come upon the earth. So this fire, like we read in the Ecclesiastes 1:4, it's not talking about that the whole earth going to be destroyed. It's talking about the earth going to be made clean again, man, through the fire. Because water and fire are cleansing agents. When you have, for example, some dirt on your clothes, you're going to put it in water and it's going to be clean, right? Because now we use soaps and everything. But normally when they have like just a little bit dirt on it, you put water on it, boom, it's done. And for example, what they're doing when you have like for especially like in the woods when he had like an injury.
They sterilize it.
Sterilize it with fire. Boom, to get all the bacteria and everything out there, showing you that they're both cleansing agents. You know what I'm saying?
You flush your system.
Yeah.
You know? And you heat up herbs.
Yeah.
You know, and even when you get a fever, your body is heating up to a temperature to burn out the iniquity. You know the virus. So
that's right.
It's showing you nature shows us how the Lord he's showing us, you know, how he cleanses the earth, cleanses the body. You know, when you want to, you know, when I was younger, if you ever had like a splinter in your finger, you know, like a piece of wood, your mother take a needle and she would burn it so it'd be sterilized, and then she'll pull the splinter out. So that just shows you that fire cleanses things just like water flushes things. What's going to stand in front of water when it's rushing? Nothing, man. You know, and even stones get worn down from water. You know, they get worn smooth. you get water running on stone long enough, it's going to smooth that water out. I mean, that stone out, man. Well, go ahead. All right.
Go. That's right, man. So going back to 2 Peter 3, verse 10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. See, so going to be burnt up. The earth going to be burned. It's going to. You have to understand when I have a picture, when I read this precept, you know, and this mist is going to hit, the laser beam is going to hit, and the earth going to be everywhere going to be fire to clean this place. Because what is this great noise? This great noise is the nuclear missiles hitting America, man. Hitting America, cleansing America, basically cleansing the earth from America's filthy kingdom. And this is what's going to have come to pass, man. It's not talking about the earth going to be destroyed, man. If the earth going to be destroyed, how is somebody going to be saved then? What are we going to inherit then? Where's the inheritance of Israel then? We're going to be the blessings then. We're going to be our slaves, like we said before.
And if you keep reading, Peter, it is an even question that you even have to ask. Because we finished Salakia, I thought you were done. Because I kind of paused for a second there.
No, it's cool. Let me keep on reading. Verse 11. You want to read down to probably 13, right?
Yeah, 13. Come.
Verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Verse 12.
That conversation is us being in these scriptures. That conversation and godliness is having a spiritual conversation with the Most High and examining thyself to beg for repentance and forgiveness and come back onto these laws. You know? Go ahead, select that.
Verse 12. Looking for and hastening unto the looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, YAHWAH, when the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
See, so why would the men be hastening unto this day if they're going to be destroyed? Because somebody's going to receive the promise to begin to get salvation out of it.
That's right.
Somebody's going to be given salvation out of this time. And who? Not everybody. The elect, the men that followed YAHWAH from the beginning, from when he was on the scene.
That's right. Amen. Like it says, if we suffer with Yahuwah, we're going to be rolled with him, man. We're going to be joint heirs with him.
And the point is number 13.
2 Peter 3:13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, see the promise again, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. See?
So it's all about Israel. It's all about the promises that the Most High gave unto Israel, and Israel inheriting the nations and the earth. You know?
Because that's what we're looking for. We're looking really hastening the day for a righteous world. And showing you this fire, like we said the whole time. The fire is cleansing the earth, and then there's going to be new heaven and new earth. And this is how it's going to go down. The earth won't be destroyed. It's gonna be a fresh earth and a fresh rulership, like we read in Revelation 21:1. It's gonna be all made fresh through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. So showing you, we are the chosen people, the Israelites. The other nations going to go into slavery. The earth won't be destroyed. The earth will abide forever. And we can even go into the topic that there is no fucking hell, man. There is no hell. This world is hell right now. Why we should hasten the day looking for righteousness if this is not hell? If this is paradise, if this is pleasure, why we should hasten the day and looking for a new heaven and new earth when dwelleth righteousness? And why we should do basically right now. The thing is, for me, these Christians always talking about there's hell under the earth, right? And if you die, it's gonna be decided where you're gonna go, heaven or hell, right? So why are they not living then according to the word if they're fearing it so much?
Well, I got a couple of precepts on that to debunk the.
Can I bring out the precepts, man? Oh yeah, we got something still on this, 2 Peter.
Nah, I'm done with it. I'm good.
Come on, so then then let's go to the next topic, which is basically going into there's no hell, man. The hell doctrine is just lies and deceit to keep people in check, man.
And it's very easy to basically debunk with scriptures. You know, it only takes you about 2 scriptures.
Yeah, it's really a thing of not a hard thing. It's not a hard thing to understand. It's for real, you know. But yeah,
and this is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse starting off at verse 19. For that which befalleth the sons of man befalleth beasts. Even one thing befalleth them, as the one dieth, so dieth the other.
So showing you we both got death. We are both dying. The beast is living his life, dying. We live in our life, dying. Okay.
Yea, they have all one breath, so that man has no preeminence above a beast, for all is vanity.
See? Come.
Verse 20, all go unto one place, all are of the dust, and all turn to the dust again.
So our body, if we die, because we're talking about the death, our body goes back to the earth where it was made from. Because our body is made out of the minerals of the earth. So our body goes back to the earth, returns to the earth. This is why we don't burn our people neither. Because this is a hedonistic thing too. Because we put our body basically back into the grave, that the earth can receive the body again and give a new life, basically. You know? Come.
Verse 21, who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth.
Showing you that when we die, we go into the spiritual realm. We go into the spiritual realm, which is the paradise, where we're going to be in rest, like Yahushai said in Luke chapter 23 and 42, when he was on the cross with the 2 men. And the one said, please him, take me with you into the kingdom, paraphrasing. And he said, I'm going to take you with me into the paradise, which is a spiritual realm where the spirits are at rest. Till the 3rd and 4th generation, they're going to be sent back. So if when we die, we're going to go back to the spiritual realm. So where's the hell then? And why is there a kingdom of heaven if when we die, we're going to return to heaven? Basically, to their kingdom heaven. Now we're going to the spiritual realm, waiting upon the time that we sent back, and now we're waiting till Yahushua is coming back, our mighty Lord and Savior, man. And the spirit of the beast just jumped immediately to another beast. Like I was watching this movie. I was watching this one movie. I can't remember it, but this was with this I can't even remember the title. It's like you know the series, these movies, buddy, with this golden retriever. This dog is the best friend, basically. And there was a movie again with him. It's basically the same dog. And you saw the life out of his perspective. And he was speaking and shit. So he was speaking. And then he lived his life with his owner, you know. Boom, boom, boom. Then he died. You know what happened? Immediately in the instant, boom, like that, he had a new life. They're showing you what the scriptures, man. They're showing the scriptures blatantly out there because the spirit of the beast just jumps to another beast, man. But the spirit of Yahawashi of a man, goes up into the spiritual realm to the Lord, waits there till the season till it's sent down again, man. You know.
Got a quick precept to basically back it up again. So this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto the Most High who gave it.
See? Read it again, Babuk. It was beautiful, man. Read it again.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto the Most High who gave it.
So our body returns to the dust, and our spirit returns to Yahawashi who gave it. Because he's the father of the spirit. He created us and put us down here.
I also have another precept to give a scenario to show you basically what happened.
Which one is it?
It's in Samuel.
1 Samuel 28, right? Hey, I want to just say and get this precept real quick. That's the spirit, man. That's really the spirit. Go, man. Get it, man. Bring it out.
Go. This is 1 Samuel chapter 28. Starting off at verse 13.
Yeah.
And the king said unto her, Be not afraid, for what sawest thou? And the woman said unto Saul, I saw gods ascending out of the earth.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So basically, King Saul was going to what is it called? Basically to a witch. The witch of Endor, right?
Witch of Endor.
Witch of Endor. And basically wanted to summon down Samuel out of the heavens, out of basically the spiritual realm.
The witch of Endor. She was a wizard of familiar spirits or something like that.
Yeah. And so basically, now Saul was going to her, and she summoned the spirit, and she was afraid because Saul didn't told her who she is and who he is. So she was afraid. Just to give a little bit of the background to understand the story better. But yeah.
Verse 14, and he said unto her, What form is he of? And she said, An old man cometh up, and he is covered with a mantle. And Saul perceived that it was Samuel, and he stood with his face to the ground and bowed himself. And Samuel said to Saul, Why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? And Saul answered, I am sore distressed, for the Philistines make war against me, and the Most High departed from me, and answered me no more, neither by prophets nor by dreams. Therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest make known unto me what I shall do.
And you have to understand, before that whole situation, the spirit departed from Saul. The spirit of Yahawashi departed from Saul and went to David. This is why he was so in distress and so such a fear. And this is why he cried to Samuel. You have to understand the mind of Saul, man. He was dealing with Yahawashi. The Lord left him. And instead of seeking the Lord again, he goes to a witch, which the Lord said all witches should burn, basically, and die. There should be no witch among the children of Israel, basically, or paraphrasing. And he cries of her and summons Samuel, which was the priest of Yahawashi, down to the earth, showing you which situation Saul was, man. These demons were heavy on him, man. But yeah, you got something, Gosh? I know you're looking something up.
Yeah, I was looking in the book of Job, where it says that basically when you're dead, you're at peace. Job
34, I think, was it right?
No, Job chapter 3. Verse. Let me start at. Let me just go to the point, verse 16. Okay. For the people that wanna read a bit more concerning it, start at verse 11. But verse 16 says, "Or as in hidden untimely birth, I had not been, as infants which never saw light. There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest."
Yeah.
So Joe basically, he'd rather was dead, because then he would not have been troubled, as he had been, basically.
He'll be at rest because you have to understand, these bodies are chains of darkness. So your spirit is in torment. So if your body dies and spirit is free, you're free, man. You're in peace. And this is why in the kingdom we're gonna be in peace. Why? Because we're gonna have extra terrestrial bodies, man. The spiritual bodies. With the basically we're gonna have immortal bodies with spiritual powers, man. So we're gonna have, but let's finish this point, then we're gonna go to the next point. Well, however the spirit guides, but because it's another topic, but Salakia.
So back in Samuel.
God, Samuel, chapter 28, 1 Samuel.
Back in Samuel chapter 28, verse 16. Then said Samuel, wherefore then dost thou ask of me, seeing the Lord Yahawah has departed from thee, and is become thine enemy? And the Lord Yahawah hath done to him as he spake by me, for the Lord Yahawah hath rent the kingdom out of thine hand, and given it to thy neighbor, even to David. Because thou obeyest not the voice of the Lord Yahawah, and executest his fierce wrath upon Amalek, therefore hath the Lord Yahawah done this thing unto thee this day.
So just a quick side note, so the Lord rejected Saul because he was disobedient, because of rebellion. So you have to understand. So yeah.
And rebellion is what? It's witchcraft.
Yes, it's witchcraft. That's right, yeah. That's right. So you should really check yourself and obey Yahawah SHAM to the best of your ability. Just a quick side note.
Verse 19. Moreover, the Lord Yahawah will also deliver Israel with thee into the hand of the Philistines, and tomorrow shalt thou and thy sons be with me. The Lord Yahawah also shall deliver the host of Israel into the hand of the Philistines.
So the point was for this topic, tomorrow shalt thou and thy sons be with me. And Samuel was in the spiritual realm. So he's basically saying, you're going to be with me. And you have to understand, Saul was wicked. He was disobedient. That's the point. So the good and the evil going to go into the same place. Because Samuel was righteous. He was the priest of Yahawah. He was the man of the Lord. But Saul was rejected. He said, the Lord rejected his ass, man. He said, seeing the Lord Yahawah is departed from thee and is become that enemy. So he's an enemy. So he's wicked. And he still goes in the same place as Samuel, showing you that there's no hell.
Where is hell?
What's that?
Where is hell?
Go.
The earth is hell, man. We living in hell.
Like in Jonah.
Go. But it also says that if he spared not the angels who sinned and cast them down into hell in chains of darkness, reserved unto the day of judgment.
That's right.
You know, so we living in hell, especially under Esau's rulership. It's hell, man.
Hell is a condition, man. Hell is a condition because they're basically 3 words of hell: Gehenna, Hades, and Shawwal. And Shawwal and Hades are basically the same word. Hades is just a Greek word for Shawwal, and it means grave, death. And Gehenna is referring to a place where basically was a place in I think it was south Israel, south of Jerusalem, if I remember right, in the south of Jerusalem, where basically to continually burn people. Continually burn stuff. That everyone was thinking basically what is it called?
Fire.
Waste disposal site.
Waste disposal site. It was continually burning these things, and Yahushua was basically referring, casting the people out and referring to this place because this is going to be the judgment. If they repent and come back to Yahushua, they're going to be burned to fire. And that's the thing. So hell is a condition, and even if you go into the word Hades, let me go to do that real quick and share the screen real quick. Let me do that, man. When you go into the to Luke chapter 10 and verse 15, so like give me a second. Because when you go to Luke chapter 10 and verse 15, just go into the word hell there, and it says, I have to share the screen, so like share the screen real quick. Come on. Hey, you see it, right? Okay. So you need to see my screen right now, right here. In Luke chapter 10 and verse 15. And thou, Capernaum, which art exalted to heaven, shall be thrust down to hell. Okay? So we're gonna go down to the word hell. And what does it mean? Hades. Because he had to come about the precept, the verse written with Hades in it. I was like, you come yourself, man. So Hades, what does it mean? Name Hades or Pluto, the god of the lower regions. Okay. Across the netherworld, the realm of the dead. And now it's the point which is showing you what it is. Later use of this word, the grave, death. See? And that's the thing. So it's talking about the grave, about death. This is Hades because it's death. There's no hell, man. There's no underground world where basically a red man sits there with a pitchfork, man, waiting for your ass to basically torment you for the rest of your life, showing you they don't have any malicious understanding, man.
Yeah, they don't have any understanding of the scriptures because they believe, if you have that mindset, then they believe that Satan rebelled against the Most High and he was cast out of heaven and down into hell.
Come.
And now he's pretty much fighting for spirits against the Lord. Hey, so the thing about it is, and then the scriptures tell you all things obey what? The will of the Most High. So nothing that has been created by the hands of the Most High can disobey what the Lord made it to do. So Shaitan was created to be the left-hand side, to be everything opposite of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
That's right. Let me get it real quick here, man. A quick precept for you. This is Sirach chapter 18, and let me start at verse 1. And it says, he that liveth forever created all things in general. The Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but he. Verse 3, that's the point. Who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. For he is the king of all, by his power dividing holy things among them from profane.
So the question I'll have to ask John Doe is, who created Shaitan? Who created Satan?
That's right.
So how can he rebel against the Most High? You can't. He created you. He knows your inner workings. He knows what you're made of. So he can take it away from you immediately. How can you? So stupid, man.
I mean, but this is showing you the because we have to understand always going back, because of course a Marcus Scoffer can still turn into Rot is a sincere listener if you're Jake, man. But still, when you think about it, because it's also how you present yourself. If you ask a sincere question, be like, hey, I don't understand it, we're gonna answer it. But if you come like this, hey, how you can say that Edomites, Edomites, white people gonna be destroyed, gonna go into slavery? How you can say such things? Basically, such a rebellion. Instead of asking because you don't know, because you are ignorant, man. You don't know. Ignorant means you don't know. You got no knowledge, basically. Uninformed. So instead of humbling yourself down and inform yourself, I'm the man how it's supposed to be. You prideful and want to be talking shit.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna get a harsh rebuke, man. That's the thing.
Because basically, what he was doing was he was trying to correct us on our last week.
That's
like,
right.
Oh, this is not the case. It's this and this and this, and But we show you plainly the things that you brought out as your proof. We basically rebuked you and brought out the sound doctrine concerning it.
That's right.
Because the scripture also says precept must be on precept. It's for a precept I get understanding.
That's right. That's the thing, man.
And I think we jumped all over everything. If we got some more stuff we want to bring out, we can.
Yeah,
but we hammered it down, because his whole the comments that he made didn't really make any sense when you read them, honestly.
That's right. Go on.
You
And
also
that's the thing, man. What's it? Yeah, I just want. I just wanted to go real quick. About basically he was talking about the that we don't have bodies anymore. The one post that he said basically the 1 Corinthians 15:51.
Yeah, spirit man.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So going real quick about that, and then we can close up to the spirit.
Go.
If you want to, but it's this 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and 51. Well, let me start at to get straight to the point. Let me just real quick go to verse. Let me read from the point. So like verse 51. It says, "Behold, I shew you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed." So sleeping goes into basically all dying. Not everybody gonna die, because it says also rough paraphrasing. Yahushua said, "Not all that you see right now here gonna taste of death." Roughly paraphrasing, So we're gonna be changed into what? In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trump shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed, because right now we are corruptible, we are mortal, but we're gonna have incorruptible bodies. This is talking about because we got a body, terror. We got a body. Let me go up real quick. 2 verse. Where is it? Here, right, verse 39. All flesh is not the same flesh. See, so all flesh is not the same, but there is one kind of flesh of men. So the men got the same flesh. We got the same bodies, basically. Of course, some are stronger, some are weaker, Some are taller, some got darker skin. Another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, another of birds. Verse 40. There are also celestial bodies, which are the heavenly bodies. Let me look up the word celestial. Celestial is this existing in heaven. See, things that take place in heaven, the heavenly region. See, so basically it's a heavenly body. So we got a heavenly body, which the angels got, and bodies terrestrial, which we got, terra. When you go into the word terra, it means earth. So we got earthly bodies. They got celestial bodies, heavenly bodies. We got earthly bodies. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is one. Because, of course, the glory of the celestial, you got spiritual powers. You got infinite energy. The angels got infinite energy. But the glory of the terrestrial, what we got, is we can eat, we can sleep, we can basically have sex, intercourse. We can do all kinds of these things. The angels can't do these things, So, gone. Verse 41. There's one glory of the sun, another glory of the moon, another glory of the stars. For one star differ from another star in glory. Verse 42. So also in the resurrection of the dead, it is sown in corruption, it is raised in incorruption. And this thing, because we're going to be raised up, even though we're going to die, because some of us going to die in Yahawashi, but going to be raised up first and going to be changed when they're going to go into the. Can you get 1 Thessalonians 4 very quick? Because we were speaking about that too. 1 Thessalonians 4. Because when we're going to be raised up and put into the chariots, we're going to be changed in the twinkling of an eye, like we read, into the extraterrestrial bodies, man. The bodies with the immortal bodies with spiritual powers. And this thing, so we're going to be basically the perfect. We're going to have both. We're going to have the glory of the terrestrial and the celestial. If you understand what I'm saying, we're going to have infinite energy, but we still can eat, taste. We're going to have children. We're going to have everything, man. We're going to be basically made perfect. To spring power of Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi. Go. When you're going to let me know, so going back, 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and 52, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. To what? To the ultimate beings, man, under Yahawashi. He's the ultimate, and we're gonna be under the ultimates, man. That's the way of the elect, man.
I have it.
Come, bring it up, Abukshah.
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High. and the dead in Yahawashi shall rise first.
See, so dead and Yahawashi going to rise first. So the mortals for Yahawashi, like it says Revelation 24, going to be first with Yahawashi again. They're going to be first in the heavens with Yahawashi in the chariots, man. That's the thing.
Verse 17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord.
See, so we're going to be brought up together with the Lord, and then in the twinkling of an eye, we're going to be changed, man. And that's what you have to understand. So this is talking about the extraterrestrial bodies that we're going to receive to the spring power of Yahweh, which is bodies that we're going to read right now in verse 1 Corinthians 15 and 53. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So we're going to be immortal and uncorrupt bodies. We're going to be perfect because right now, we are corrupt because we still get sick. We're still tired, you know. We still have demons upon us, sleeping upon us. We still feel weak. We have injuries, so on and so forth. But we're going to be changed to the spirit of Yahweh. So to finish it over at 54, so then this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality. Then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory, because we won't die anymore. Why? Because our body is going to be changed, and the law is going to be written in our inward part, that we can't sin anymore. So we have no death anymore. We're going to live forever. And that's the thing.
I have Ezekiel 36 for you, and I'm going to grab Hebrews chapter 8 for you.
Go.
Which one do you want first?
Give me first Ezekiel 36.
Go on. This is Ezekiel chapter 36, and I'm going to start off at verse 22. Therefore, therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus said the Lord Yahweh, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for mine holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen, whither ye went. And I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, said the Lord Yahweh power, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. For I will take you from among the heathen, and gather you out of all countries, and will bring you into your own land. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean from all your filthiness, and from all your idols will I cleanse you.
See, this is the thing. So when we're going to be, like it says in Matthew chapter 24, that our going to send his angels out and going to basically bring us together and deliver us. He's going to make us clean, man. He make us perfect, man. And that's the thing. He's going to sanctify us, because sanctify means basically, sanctify means to clean something, to make pure again, you know? Verse 26 here.
Verse 26, a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put in you, put within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh.
See? So the stony heart, the heart of wickedness, going to be taken away, and we're going to get the righteous heart, man. Because the law is going to be written in our inward part, like it says in Jeremiah 31st chapter, and we're going to make it perfect. Our mind going to be finally made perfect, because in Jeremiah 17 and 9 it says, the heart is deceitful above all things, it's desperately wicked. So our mind is wicked, and we're going to get the pure mind. We're going to get the law, statutes, and commandments written in our inward part, man. We're going to be made perfect.
I got a precept for that.
Come.
It's chapter 19 and verse 19. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahawashi is the doctrine of life. And they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
See, hey, that's the thing, man. Hey, if you follow Yahweh Shem Yahawashi to the end, man, you're gonna be made immortal, man. Because at the end, we're gonna the elect gonna be made immortal, man. The fruit of immortality. And we're going to have the full knowledge of understanding, you know, which is right now blocked by the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahawashi, but we're going to be changed, man. Physically and also spiritually, we're going to be made perfect. Let's say it like that, plainly, man.
Having that knowledge, you know, as the doctrine of life, you know, so we're going to live and not and like you said before, the wages of death is sin.
Wages of sin is death, right? Yeah. Okay.
Wages of sin is death. Salakia. Wages of sin is death. So if we can't transgress the law, then what do we die for?
Yeah. We can die anymore. That's right, man.
This is back in Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 27. And I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them.
God. And that's the thing, man. And that's the thing. So we're going to do the will of Yahweh because right now we're rehearsing the righteous act. But then we're finally going to do it to the team, man. To perfection, man. In the fullness, with the fullness thereof, man. Man.
I have Hebrews chapter 8 as well as backup to 36.
Come, bring up the precept.
This is Hebrews chapter 8, starting off at verse 8. For finding fault with them, he said, Behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahuwah, by Hashem Yahawashi, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt.
Okay, so didn't want to cut you off, but it even says, I'm going to make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, showing you that even in the supposed New Testament, it talks about the northern and southern kingdom. See? Go on. Saraki, can you read it again?
Go on, verse 9. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, said the Lord, Yahweh, Hashem Yahawashi. And then it also says, with their fathers. Whose fathers? The fathers of the house of Israel and of Judah, the northern and the southern kingdom.
That's right.
Not these heathen nations. Verse 10. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord Jehovah by Hashem Yahawashi. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be me a people.
See? So the law is going to be written in our mind, man. When you have the laws written in your mind, you can't go off anymore. You can't sin anymore.
That was the point.
Can you read verse 11 also, Babakshah?
Of course.
Come.
Verse 11, and they shall not teach every man his neighbor, every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord Jehovah Bar Shem Yahawashi, all shall know me from the least to the greatest.
See, and that's the thing. So, the whole nation of Israel is going to be changed, man. Even the Durch are going to come back, man. The two Durch are going to die and going to come back, and they're going to be changed also, man. Because they're going to come back as the sons of basically the elect, So they're going to be changed also, man. So Israel is going to be saved, all of Israel. And we're all going to be changed through the Supreme Power of Yahweh, man. And that's the thing. So it's not talking about that we only get spiritual bodies. No. We're going to be the perfect. We're going to be the ultimate. And that's the thing, man. So we're going to be extraterrestrial and not only celestial. Because this dude was talking about we're going to be like angels. We're going to be above angels, man. The elect, if we were to elect Yahawah, we're going to be above angels. And it says we're going to judge angels, which means we're going to give them orders, man. Because the angels can't go off. So showing you, this is another thing. Angels can't go off. See? So we're going to be like angels. We can't go off anymore. That's a beautiful thing, man. Come, man. So you got anything else?
I have the precept that Jacob spoke about, that you roughly paraphrased.
Then just bring it up, man.
This is 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law.
See, sin is the transgression of the law. So if we have the law in us and we can't break the law anymore, we won't die anymore. Exactly. That's the thing. So Romans 6:24 says, for the wages of sin is death. So if we can't sin anymore, we won't die anymore, which means we're going to be immortal, because the only way to die for us is sinning. because this is basically the punishment for too much sinning, man. Death. You know? But yeah, man. That's
and also because you have to ask, who did he give the law to?
Like we read before.
Who has been judged? Who has been judged by the Lord, man?
Yeah.
What nation has been utterly destroyed?
Go on. Come on.
So Joachim got anything else?
No, man.
No. Was 1 Corinthians 15 finished?
Yeah, I read to 54 where it says basically the death is swallowed up in victory. Well, let me finish real quick. 1 Corinthians 15:55. Oh, death, where it says sting, or grave. See, it even says, oh, grave. Where is their victory? The sting of death is sin.
It does.
And that's the sting of death, because when I think about a sting, right, I think about a bee that got a sting. And the only thing that the bee can attack with is the sting. So if the bee loses his sting, what has has anymore to attack? Nothing. It's gonna be just like a fly basically flying around doing nothing, you know. So basically, the sting of death is sin. The strength of sin is the law, and the law gonna be written in our inward parts. So the law basically gonna still be in effect, but won't basically keep us in chains anymore, because we're gonna keep it to 100%.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Verse 57. But thanks be to the Most High, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahawashi Mashiach.
Okay.
See? And to finish it off, verse 58. Therefore, because of this, because we got the victory already, man. My beloved brethren, be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as you know that your labors are vain in the Lord. So keep on pushing, man. Keep on pushing. And that's the thing, man. God. So yeah, man. I think this was it, man. You know. Come. So yeah, man. So I can get anything else?
No.
God. Okay, yeah. So with that, man, we want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem KABAD.
KADASH.
We want to give again double honors to the elders and apostles of Millstone who told us the truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect out there who spreading this truth and sincerity and also charity, man. The rest of this lesson was edifying. Until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.